Alright guys, so last Saturday, Anthony Joshua got knocked out by Daniel Dubois, and all in the span of a year, we've seen losses from Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and Tyson Fury. And now, these are guys that maybe like 5 years ago in 2019, they were all the three top heavyweights of this generation. They were arguably Tyson Fury was the best heavyweight. Then you had Deontay Wilder, and then Anthony Joshua was the third best heavyweight of this generation. And yeah, they had like these crazy win streaks. Like in 2019, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, they had a fight that was a draw, but a lot of people thought that Tyson Fury won that fight, which is why I think that people might have put Fury as the number one heavyweight or Deontay Wilder, either or. And then Deontay Wilder was number two because he was undefeated and he had a draw Tyson Fury where he did drop him. And Anthony Joshua was number three due to the fact that he had got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. But then he did come back and then he beat Ruiz and he avenged that loss. But now, 5 years later, in 2024, Deontay Wilder has 4 losses, Anthony Joshua has 4 losses as well, and Tyson Fury has 1 loss, arguably 2, because a lot of people, including me, think that Francis Ngannou did beat him, and that is just really insane to think about, like how an MMA fighter beat up a lifelong boxer. But I think this is the end of their era, and what I mean by that is I don't believe that we're going to see any of them capture another heavyweight title and for the rest of their career. I think that sure they could get some wins under their belt, they could still beat some top heavyweights, but when it comes to becoming a champion again, I don't think they will, and there's 4 belts. So that means a lot. But the reason why I say that is, first of all, everybody has their prime, and these guys have been at the top of the heavyweight division for ever since 2015, where when Tyson Fury got his belt against Klitschko, Deontay Wilder got his WBC belt, and Joshua was on the come up, and then he eventually got his belts 2 years later. And yeah, that's when they were on top of the world, and that's they've been on top for 9 years. Well, technically less than that, because Wilder, he kind of started to fall off towards 2020 when he lost to Fury. I mean, he still had it in up until 2021, I would say. Because that Wilder that fought Fury, the third time, that Wilder, I think he would have knocked out Joseph Parker, and he would have probably beaten Zhilei Zhang. But yeah, they've been at the top for a very long time, and this is the heavyweight division. It's very, very unforgiving, and it's very hard to stay at the top without taking some massive amount of damage. And I think that's the biggest reason why I don't know if any of these guys will be able to reclaim their thrones. Deontay Wilder, I mean, he's got knocked out by Tyson Fury twice, by Zhilei Zhang as well, and those Tyson Fury fights were brutal. I mean, he did look like he was punch drunk in that third Tyson Fury fight. I mean, he was getting rocked very, very easily and getting dropped very easily compared to, if you compare Wilder in 2021 to maybe Wilder in 2018 versus Fury, he was taking those punches. He had a very solid chin. He was getting rocked by Luis Ortiz a bit, but it wasn't anywhere to the same degree as when he was fighting Tyson Fury in that third fight. It looked like he was getting clipped a little bit, and then he was going down, or he just couldn't take the power. So I think Wilder has probably taken maybe the most amount of physical damage, and then a guy like Anthony Joshua, I think maybe the most mental damage. It's between him and Fury, I think. And that's because, Joshua had that thing where he got knocked out by Ruiz and he completely changed his style. And then he lost to Usyk twice, and he again tried to change his style. And now he's, got knocked out by Dubois, and he's going to have to go through another change and rebuild himself again. And there's just a lot of things that Anthony Joshua has to overcome, due to his confidence. And this guy, when he first started his career, he was just a juggernaut. He was going forward. He was going to bully you, basically, because he had a more imposing frame. He had a lot more power, and he had just that youthful energy. And I think Tyson Fury might have taking a lot of mental and physical damage, because he went on that whole stint where he was, at the bar every weekend just drinking himself, and like you could see him stumbling out the clubs and having a little bit too much fun. And in the ring, he got dropped by one of the biggest punches in the history of heavyweight boxing, Deontay Wilder, and he got dropped by Francis Ngannou. He got hurt real bad by Alexander Usyk, and although his recovery is actually insane, like the way he's able to recover after getting hurt real bad, that's incredible. But how long is that gonna last? And when is it gonna get to the point where he takes a big shot and he's not even able to get to that point where he recovers, because he's just been sent to a place where time doesn't exist? So I feel like all these factors, all these wars that these guys have been through, and all the mental and just physical damage, it's kind of starting to catch up to them, and you can see that their confidence perhaps isn't the same. Tyson Fury did look pretty good in the Usyk fight, but I don't think he's gonna do anything to Usyk in the rematch. I think that Usyk is probably gonna stop him in that fight. I think he's gonna know he can hurt him and just rank up the pressure even more. But with Anthony Joshua, last time he got knocked out, you saw he came back very tentative, and he lacked a lot of confidence, and it took him a while to get that confidence back. And Deontay Wilder, it seems like his confidence is just gone, and
to this day,
he hasn't looked the same. And I feel like, I don't think these guys should retire. I think they can still put on fun fights. I mean, we still have to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. And also for a guy like Anthony Joshua, we could potentially see him versus Big Baby Jerome Miller. We could see Deontay Wilder versus Martin Bakole. There's still some fun fights out there for these guys, and they are also massive superstars. They can sell out arenas. They can sell out a bunch of pay-per-views. They're very entertaining and good for boxing, but when it comes to becoming a champion and at that high level, like I said, I don't think we're going to see it again. And that kind of sucks. What sucks really is not being able to see these guys fight each other in their prime. We did see Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight in their prime, but to be honest, it seems like they both kind of took a lot out of each other in those brutal fights, those wars, and they haven't quite been the same since. And yeah, with Anthony Joshua, I just hope we get to see him versus those two guys. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think they should retire? Is it just done for them? Do you guys think they can still become champions? Because I don't. But thank you guys for watching. God bless. And yeah, hopefully with Turki Al-Sheikh, Sheikh Turki, His Excellency, we get to see Anthony Joshua step in there with these other two heavyweights.